The isolated lighthouse stood atop a craggy cliff. Its weathered stone walls a testament to the unforgiving sea that crashed against its base. A chill wind whipped through the deserted area, rustling the dry underbrush and sending the occasional bird fleeing for shelter. The air was heavy with the stench of salt water and decay, a morbid scent that clung to everything like a shroud. As night began to fall, the lighthouse's windows glowed with a faint, otherworldly light, casting an eerie glow over the surrounding landscape. The sound of waves pounding against the rocks below created an endless, haunting melody that seemed to reverberate deep within the chest. The wind howled through the lighthouse's metal spire, causing the structure to creak and groan like a living thing. The lighthouse's beam cut through the darkness, casting a narrow, pulsing light that sliced through the shadows like a hot knife through butter. The light danced across the surrounding rocks, revealing jagged outcroppings of stone and twisted, nightmarish sculptures that seemed to writhe and twist in the flickering glow. It was as if the lighthouse itself was alive and watching. I'd always been drawn to the abandoned lighthouse, ever since I stumbled upon it on a solo hike through the coastal wilderness. There was something about the place that seemed to call to me, a siren's song that echoed through my mind long after I'd left the area. Despite the warnings from local townsfolk, I'd decided to investigate further, to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the lighthouse's crumbling walls. As I approached the entrance, I noticed that the door was slightly ajar, as if someone, or something, had recently passed through it. A shiver ran down my spine as I pushed the door open, calling out into the darkness. But my voice was swallowed by the lighthouse's vast, empty interior. The air inside was stale and musty, heavy with the scent of decay and rot. I fumbled for my flashlight, casting a weak beam of light around the room, but it seemed to reveal more questions than answers. The lighthouse's interior was a labyrinth of narrow corridors and cramped, cluttered rooms, each one filled with the remnants of a long-abandoned life. I began to explore the lighthouse, my footsteps echoing off the walls as I searched for signs of the mysterious keeper. Every step seemed to lead me deeper into a nightmare, the shadows twisting and writhing around me like living things. The wind outside howled and buffeted the lighthouse, causing it to creak and groan in response. Suddenly, I stumbled upon a small, cluttered room deep in the heart of the lighthouse. It was filled with strange, arcane objects, ancient tomes, dusty glass vials, and twisted, mechanical devices that seemed to defy explanation. In the center of the room, a single, flickering candle cast a golden glow over the cluttered space, illuminating the figure of the mysterious keeper. The keeper was an old man, his face twisted and gnarled with age, his eyes sunken and black as coal. He sat hunched in a chair, his hands grasping a small, leather-bound book, his eyes fixed on me with a malevolent intensity that made my blood run cold. I tried to speak, but my voice was frozen in my throat, trapped by the sheer horror of the moment. As I stood there, paralyzed with fear, the keeper began to speak, his voice low and gravelly, dripping with malevolence. He spoke of the secrets he'd uncovered, of the ancient powers he'd harnessed, and of the terrible price he'd paid for his knowledge. His words dripped with madness, and I knew I was doomed. In a burst of adrenaline, I tried to flee, but the keeper was too quick. He reached out with a bony hand and grasped my wrist, holding me in place with a grip like a vice. As I looked into his eyes, I saw a darkness that went beyond human comprehension, a void that seemed to suck all light and sanity into its abyss. And then, everything went black. The keeper's face was the last thing I saw. his eyes burning with an otherworldly intensity as he whispered a single, chilling word into my ear. Welcome.